When a player enters the NBA's 10-ball survey report, he will always be written on his template, and generally there will be 2 or more templates for reference. One is the highest line of theory, and the other is the bottom line. Special players will have several templates. The so-called template is not their style, they must be consistent. They will have some similar game languages, and they may have different styles, but they will be able to walk in the same direction in the same way. Some players naturally surpass their own template and become the 10 strongest people in the NBA. Some players have not only not solved their own template, but their influence on the court is also far from the same. As a strong player in the 2021 season, Cade Cunningham also has multiple templates. In this video, we will compare it with the template. What is the difference between him and the highest template Luka Dončić in theory? According to his personal development, is he likely to reach the level of Dončić? This is a new series that I plan to start. For those who are interested in the analysis and long-term follow-up of players and his template, remember to like and collect first. If you have other players you like, you can also leave a message. The Batum is the lowest template in the theory of CC. For the CC who has already entered the best team of all-star players and has surpassed his lowest template, in fact, the French Pippen and CC are not very comparable. Although Batum is a very practical and underestimated player, although he has not been selected for defense in his career, he is a multifunctional warrior who can provide multiple defensive values. In addition, he has a good organizational ability during the peak period, and his counterattack ability is also very outstanding. He is also a reliable three-pointer. In the quarterfinals of the last season, he threw out 43.3% of the three-pointer. The Batum is a player with a fluctuating headshot, which is also one of his shortcomings. In addition, his holding ability is weak. Originally, taking him as the template of CC may be considered the body shape of CC. The worst-case scenario can also go to the full face and not the real full power of the super-experienced player direction of Batum. In fact, CC can also play without a ball and is willing to let the ball pass, but the best state of CC must be the CC who holds the ball. What is the performance of Ben Simmons? This is another possibility of CC mentioned in the selection report. The first is the performance of Ben Simmons, who is the representative of the team. From the perspective of influence, we can say that Ben Simmons is in the direction of Jason Kidd. He is a strong defender who can be a defensive system builder and has a very strong defensive ability. For the offensive defense, Ben Simmons is more than Kidd. After all, he is 208 centimeters tall, 214 centimeters long, and has a weight of 108 kilograms. Combined with his excellent athletic ability, he is originally a human-sized body. Ben's agility also allows him to face the speed rear guard without any loss, and he can control it through a very good distance. Through the interference of the wall, it is appropriate to give strength to the opponent. Like Kidd, due to his own headshot defect, Ben Simmons also has an influence on the offensive end through the organization. The two are also good at quick promotion, and they can also disrupt the defense in the field by their own breakthrough ability in the field battle. In the global empty position, the difference is that Ben can be a defender or a defensive defender in the attack. The defense is not the same. Best time to improve the team's headshot hit rate. The above two skill packs CC also have, but the difference is far and wide. CC's defense ability is not bad. He has a very good defensive flexibility. He is a good solo player and an excellent team defender. However, compared to the players of the two defense systems, whether it is defense basic skills, defense strategy, defense command, and various defense skills, the use is also several levels different. In addition, CC can also quickly advance the counterattack and will observe the position of the teammates during the breakthrough process. Unfortunately, in terms of skills, the time to grasp the individual who broke through the right-hand defense is not enough. CC's ability to break through the world like Aben is also not as good as the two seniors. CC is very potential, but he is not as good as Aben in the peak period. His headshot level is definitely far above Aben. If you want to say the impact of the game, Aben's defense value will be higher than CC. CC and Luka have a certain similarity. They both have the highest size advantage of the top team in the same position, and the two people's athletic ability is mediocre in the NBA. CC's running and jumping ability is not very bad. However, he can't directly get rid of his opponents through the first step without enough explosive power, and Luka has never been able to attack through running and jumping ability. In the height of 2 meters or more, the highest control ability, we may be able to output 5 players, and these 5 players must have Luka. In the process of breaking through, Luka is the most unique member of the NBA. Whether it is a front-facing breakthrough or a back-to-back single hit, Luka has his own rhythm change, and in the process of a front-facing breakthrough, he can respond to the defense's different reactions and adjust in different directions. Best time to improve the team's headshot hit rate. The above two skill packs CC also have, but the difference is far and wide. CC's defense ability is not bad. He has a very good defensive flexibility. He is a good solo player and an excellent team defender. However, compared to the players of the two defense systems, whether it is defense basic skills, defense strategy, defense command, and various defense skills, the use is also several levels different. In addition, CC can also quickly advance the counterattack and will observe the position of the teammates during the breakthrough process. Unfortunately, in terms of skills, the time to grasp the individual who broke through the right-hand defense is not enough. CC's ability to people's athletic ability is mediocre in the NBA. CC's running and jumping ability is not very bad. However, he can't directly get rid of his opponents through the first step without enough explosive power. And Luka has never been able to attack through running and jumping ability. In the height of 2 meters or more, the highest control ability, we may be able to output 5 players. And these 5 players must have Luka. In the process of breaking through, Luka is the most unique member of the NBA. Whether it is a front-facing breakthrough or a back-to-back single hit, Luka has his own rhythm. He is higher than SGA. SGA is only a head-to-ship link. He has an average of more than his global ability. And not as terrible as Luka's ability to create global opportunities. And CC, from the comprehensive technical content of the offense, he is the Luka of the water version. He must be able to break through. The last season also learned to use the body advantage to get into the zone. For Luka and CC, this kind of high-level position does not need to pursue the advantage of dynamic talent, but they can let the technical content serve their body advantage. The speed will instead affect their chance to create multiple offensive choices in the process of stopping. And CC does not have such a delicate control technique as Luka. He lacks the ability to control the basketball in a small space like Luka. He also does not understand how to maximize his own offensive danger with the body advantage. More importantly, he does not have the sense of decision-making ability to end different situations like Luka. CC is very old-fashioned, and this old-fashioned also makes him lack creativity. What is more contradictory is that his old-fashioned will appear in low-level global mistakes and global mistakes. These mistakes are not high-risk, high-reward global mistakes like Luka. But maybe some places you think you should not have made mistakes. CC is a little old cat. Considering the details, CC's control level has not reached the top yet. And CC is naturally more defensive than Luka. He has a great defensive potential, and his defense will is very high. He also likes to take on tough defensive tasks. He is also a team defender who is willing to help his teammates. And even if he doesn't hold the ball at the end of the attack, he can do 2 things. The first thing is that he is an empty-handed player. The second thing is that he will turn into a blue-collar striker and steal the blue board ball. He will not participate in hard work because of his big boss. That is to say, CC has a little Luka's shadow. The way they affect the game is different. Just the ball holding the big box, Luka is still the first in the league. CC also has a model, which is his old friend Grant Sear. Both of them also have enough physical and defensive players. Their defense level is good, and they also have the defense will to take care of the opponent's main score. They have the ability to move up and defend from the first position to the 4th position. But they also don't maximize their defensive talent to the line. They will eventually not become a defender, and they will not go to the role of the developer of the defense system. CC and Sear are the same type of style. Sear has the most terrible first step of the NBA at the time. Have the athletic talent that can't be compared to Sear. Sear is a wild man during his life. And his offensive and defensive methods are simple and efficient. Often one step can directly pass the opponent and have no fear of confrontation. His ending method is also simple and explosive. As for the peak period, Sear doesn't need too much headshot. Of course, he entered the best lineup for a period of time. In the 16-inch to 3-point line, the chance of death is up to 50.5%. And CC's main offensive output comes from the middle distance. But both of them have enough defense. CC's offensive and defensive skills are also very good. He can break through the opponent's formation. This also shows their excellent global vision. The hotspot of the last season is that CC entered the league for 4 years. The lineup is relatively the most complete and the most stable year. His global transformation into scoring ability is the real recognition of the audience. That is to say, CC and Cyr are the same. They are all players who have enough size to hold the ball. And Cyr is more of a wingline style. His own athletic talent allows him to be more tolerant and jump into the basket and complete all kinds of high difficulty endings. And CC needs to use more medium distance. Or he needs to be able to do a lot of high difficulty and high difficulty. Or he needs to be able to do a lot of high difficulty and high difficulty. Or he needs to be able to do a lot of high difficulty and high difficulty. And CC is also able to take advantage of the remaining long-term development of his team by using more mid-range or closeout areas to carry his output. The two people can also use their own offensive threat to make their teammates have a chance to be high-profile players. As for his comparison with Aben, I think his defense height is impossible to reach Aben's peak period, and the continuity of defense value will surpass Aben. After all, Aben's peak period is too short to reach Luka's pure strength, which I think is unrealistic. Even if Luka's defense is not good, his offensive influence and his perception of the offensive end are different from the general public. CC's old-fashioned style will be left behind by Luka. However, basketball is a team game, which does not mean that CC cannot surpass Luka in the honor of the team. CC needs a partner who can hold the ball and has the ability to score independently. In the Eastern environment, they have to drag it out. It's not a dream. Although CC's physical completion is extremely high, he is constantly improving. His technical completion has always been his selling point, but he has not completed the final evolution. He can further improve his decision-making ability, and he may make certain moves in the attack and defense. It is a good choice to have a multifaceted player. It seems that he is pursuing a higher glory. Now CC can be considered a hexagonal warrior, and if this hexagonal is missing another offensive all-star, as a leader, he can protect the bottom line but cannot reach the extremely high top line. His physical ability is not enough to support him to attack both ends and continue to output. Of course, we also need to give this strong man enough affirmation. Now CC is very strong. I will put him in the position of the top 10 goalkeepers in the league. Brothers, this is the video creation of this video. I hope you can pay attention to it and like it. Thank you.